Korah, son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and certain Reubenites, Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab and son of Peleth, became insolent, and rose up against Moses. With them were 250 Israelite men, well-known community leaders who had been appointed members of the council. They came as a group to oppose Moses and Aaron and said to them, you have gone too far. The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourselves above the Lord's assembly? So again, we're in Numbers, and Moses is still in charge, or he's still the leader of the Israelites, and will be through the next book. So he was, we went over his story in Exodus and how even at birth there was danger for him to even die then, because the devil was after that leadership, and the Lord protected him and saved him. And so he ended up eventually becoming the leader of Israel and led them out of Egypt. And then we have him obtaining the Ten Commandments, as well as instructions on the building of the tabernacle. And so he's continually leading the people, continually showing what it is to follow the footsteps of the Lord. And Moses has even been opposed by his brother Aaron at one point. So here we are once again with people within the Israel community going up against Moses. For what reason? For what is it now? Sometimes I know that people get tired of leadership, but what are the reasons for that? Is it because they're tired of leadership because the leadership has gone astray, or is it because of some other hidden agenda or some other agenda? Do people talk to God themselves before they question leadership? When Moses heard this, he fell face down. Then he said to Korah and all his followers, in the morning the Lord will show who belongs to him and who is holy, and he will have that person come near him. The man he chooses, he will cause to come near him. You, Korah, and all your followers are to do this. Take censers, and tomorrow put fire in and incense in them before the Lord. The man the Lord chooses will be the one who is holy. You Levites have gone too far. Moses also said to Korah, now listen, you Levites. Isn't it enough for you that the God of Israel has separated you from the rest of the Israelite community and brought you near himself to do the work at the Lord's tabernacle and to stand before the community and minister to them? He has brought you and all your fellow Levites near himself, but now you are trying to get the priesthood too. It is against the Lord that you and all your followers have banded together. Who is Aaron that you should grumble against him? Then Moses summoned Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but they said, we will not come. Isn't it enough that you have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the desert? And now you also want to lord it over us. Moreover, you haven't brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, or given us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you gouge out the eyes of these men? No, we will not come. So once again, the whole issue with being slaves in Egypt and being rescued and being brought out of Egypt. Now you have these two that are saying that Egypt was a land of milk and honey. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is beyond words. Now we see that there's deception. Now we see that there's an issue here, because God's been with them. God's been providing them the manna. God's been providing them with water and supplying their needs. And yet they're complaining. Not only are they complaining, but they're complaining technically about God, even though that they've left slavery, even though that they've left them being insignificant and being taken for granted. And yet here we go with an issue with whether it be leadership, jealousy, or whatever it is, where they're bringing up Egypt again and stating what it wasn't. It wasn't the promised land, and it was not a land flowing with milk and honey. What are your thoughts or feelings? What are some things that come to mind when you read this? How does it make you feel? Especially considering everything that we've read so far, even including past Bible studies, that once again Moses is being questioned about his leadership. What does it make you think?